Hello, everybody, and welcome to Wrassle Recap. My name is Chris.
My name is Vincent.
Today, listen, we're just really talking about 2K25. We have other stuff we might get to, but this is mainly a 2K25 video because we didn't get to do it last week, and they just put out the gameplay trailer today. So
And
let's
there's some
talk about it.
gameplay out there as well.
Let's just start off here. I think it looks good.
It does look good. I do have to say that Jey Uso entrance they revealed on IGN was very lackluster.
There are some lackluster stuff in there, entrance-wise,
Like,
so
how are you
far.
gonna do an entrance like that when he does it through the crowd? Like, that's not like good. He's been doing that for a while.
I don't think that they had the time to put that in.
They don't have the time. Like, whatever.
Dude, they like put the entrances in like months in advance. It's not, they don't like do it.
Or the crowd wasn't doing the hand motion.
I 2K26 maybe. That's next year.
This fucking game is doomed. All right, Jesus Christ,
We'll see. I mean, let's let it happen first.
this
I
game is
mean,
doomed.
there's a lot to talk about in terms of the modes and the new stuff. What do you want to talk about first?
Yeah, probably the modes I think is very interesting.
Let's just start off with Showcase because that's where I'm seeing the most changes this year. If you haven't heard or you somehow don't know by now, they're doing the Bloodline Showcase, not just Roman's group, but all the Samoans in wrestling. You have stuff from Yokozuna. You got stuff from. I think they confirmed 3-minute warnings in the game.
That's cool.
Um,
I like that.
Umaga. You have an Umaga match in there. You have a
Hell
Nia
yeah.
Jax match. So some cool stuff.
Hell yeah.
Some cool stuff going on.
You love to see a Nia Jax match.
I'm excited for
And she's
Umaga.
never been in the bloodline, actually.
No, but she's Samoan.
She's smaller than them?
Samoan.
Samoan than them. Okay.
Yeah,
More
and
Samoan than them.
it's something that a lot of people are happy about. I like it too. No more weird cutscenes where they cut to real life stuff from gameplay. It's just straight up gameplay now.
Yeah, that's good, alright? Because when it was cutting to those real life things, I really didn't appreciate it.
I didn't like it too much either. I only thing I'm not a fan of that I'm seeing so far is I don't like timed objectives.
Timed objectives are pretty meh, and I wouldn't be a fan of that.
Like I saw one because they confirmed that Roman versus Seth from the Rumble a couple years ago. That's gonna be in the game, and there's an objective where it's like, oh, spear Seth Rollins in 45 seconds.
What the fuck? Okay, how am I gonna do that when I'm on the floor or like something?
Have fun with that.
Then I'm done with the objective, then I can't do it.
Look, it's all fun and games until you gotta do it and Seth just straight up reverses.
What if I just glitch and then I can't do it?
You're in trouble. Have fun with it.
Yeah. But yeah, I like the in-game cutscenes because the in real life ones really threw me off completely.
It just didn't work because they would transition super weird. It didn't look right.
And some of them didn't make sense. This was a whole thing.
It just felt lazy. I know what they were going for, but it just felt
That's the
lazy.
word. That's the word. It felt lazy.
It just felt like they didn't want to animate the whole cutscenes. Just like fuck it, toss it in there. Less work for us.
Just the real thing. Just put it in there, and the content creators can get fucked. You know,
Pretty much because now you
can get
can't show that.
fucked.
You can't play it no more.
Exactly. You have to cut that part out or do something about it.
You figure it out. That's your problem.
Exactly.
So like, that's universe mode, and they're still not talking much about the free roam portion, which is the island. They're showing like bits and pieces, but they're really not getting into it just yet. But I'm looking forward to hearing
What the
about
hell
that.
is the island?
It's a free roam thing where you can complete like missions that I guess from people
I
around. But I don't know. They really haven't talked about it.
can run around with Roman. They better have voice lines.
They better. I hope so.
I'm the tribal chief.
Um, the
Ooh,
only thing that some people might not love is that it's only for next gen consoles. So Xbox Series X, PS5, no PS4, and Xbox One.
I mean, who doesn't have a Series X or a PS5 at this point?
There's some people.
I understand if you don't, but you can't really get mad when it's a few years down the line and they do this.
No, it's fair enough at this point, and I get the reasoning of to do stuff like this, you kind of just have to. I understand that. I can't fault them for it. I'm just saying some people aren't gonna like it.
Like, salute to them, but you can't really stay in the old times. Like, how long are you
Look,
supposed to stay there?
let
You're
me
gonna
tell
have
you,
to
man.
move on and make the game better.
let me tell you, if you have a last gen console that's still chugging along that you had for years, it still runs perfectly fine, like you just got it. Props to you, man. I don't know how you do it.
A lot of games are going to not be available on there, like coming out on there, being released. And you're going to have
But
to
that
accept that and play the old
you,
game.
if you're gonna do it, you gotta know that's what's happening.
It's time to change or not change, one or the other.
One game mode I'm not excited for coming back is Faction Wars. No one loves Faction Wars. I don't know why they keep doing it, but it's once
Oh,
again returned.
faction wars? It's not called faction mode.
Sorry, my faction.
My faction? That's even better than faction mode.
Dude. I hate my faction so much.
Yeah, my faction. And I only played like one match of it. I'm not that interested.
It sucks because the Faction Wars match, you have to have like an 8-man tag match
My
where it's 4
faction.
on 4. It's not fun,
Look, yeah, it's not fun to do tag matches in the game in general, honestly.
especially if you're a guy like me that likes hunting trophies. You gotta grind out 100 my Faction War matches, and that's 100 8-man tag matches where people are constantly getting in the ring, stopping you from winning. It is not fun.
That sounds like a you problem.
It is a me problem. I hate it.
Just don't play it. And then say, I'm not playing that. And then
I
don't play it.
didn't. I didn't. It's why I played 2K24 for like a week.
And that was the problem with 2K24. It didn't last a long time. It only lasted maybe a couple months if you're that dedicated. And then you
Yeah.
start making content like I'm Spider-Man in the Royal Rumble, and then that's your content.
And then you have to have fun with that. That's
In the
you.
Marvel universe, in the Rumble.
Hey, if you found a way to get content out of that game past a month, good on you. I respect it.
And the
Shouts out
only
to Warren
reason
Burke.
for that would probably be community creations, probably.
I'm sure there's some people that covered the DLC for that game.
And DLC. I mean, the only thing keeping it alive is DLC community creations, really, right?
I mean, what are you gonna do if you can't cover the Pat McAfee and Friends DLC pack? What are you doing? You know,
What are you doing with your life exactly?
that's it. I'm just saying it out here. I gotta throw it out.
Exactly. But yeah,
Um,
what were we talking about? My faction.
yes,
Yeah, I don't care about my faction. I never played my faction. Not something I would want back in the game, but it's in the game and they wasted some time on it. So
they did. They did a new thing that's like the World
they do that
Tour.
thing where they waste time. Yeah.
The World Tour thing is what I was talking about, but that too, fair. Um, I don't know anything about that. They just kind of quickly mentioned it in the gameplay trailer. Looks kind of interesting, I guess.
I feel like the only reason you do this is to maybe there were people that play my faction, but I think the reason they do this is to just have a mode in the game.
I'm sure there's like
Because
five
otherwise, you
people.
don't have any ideas, and then you're like, oh, I guess we have to throw in my faction and universe mode or whatever.
Listen,
And
man,
2K Showcase, of course, can't miss that.
if you put back in uh community like the 2K store, remember community creations, you could do this custom stories
Yeah, I do.
from like 2K14. You put a
Yeah.
mode like that back in the game, that's the mode that keeps people playing for a long time. It's not this.
Well, I say this over and over again, but I'm not gonna really go in depth on it. But like for that promo system in the universe mode, right? Bringing that back is cool. You didn't need universe mode in the first place, but you could have had that in GM mode. Like just have the promos in GM mode and let the people write out the promos.
There's got
Simple
to
as
be a way
that.
to combine those two modes. It really has to.
Let them type the promos. It's really not that difficult. And cutscenes too. Cutscenes. If cutscenes existed in GM mode, oh my god, Sheamus got hit by a car. Who did it?
Spoiler alert, it's Cody Rhodes with his bus.
Exactly.
But yeah, I mean, universe mode. I mean, look, there's people that enjoy it, I'm sure. So it's back again this year. It doesn't look like there's too much different about it, besides the fact that you can do the promos in there. And I think there's some new story stuff that you can do. Is there?
Yeah. Yes.
It's there, and
I
that's kind
feel
of
like
cool.
yeah, I feel like that's okay. I'm not much of a universe mode person, but I do play every now and then. I usually go in GM mode. I feel like this like what they miss is like freedom. And I think they're trying to get more freedom back in the game with
Mm.
this one. But I feel like there's too many limitations to really enjoy it as much. Even GM mode is frustrating to deal with
Let's just go over the GM mode because
because
we're
it's
already
so like
talking
you
about
have
it.
to like stick to this weight class, do this and that. It's like I just want to have fun and play the damn matches I want to play. You know.
No, it's not. Well, I do love this year. My GM is online. I don't know if they confirmed that you can pick someone to play with or not. Did they do that?
I was thinking about that. What if they do that and then you're not allowed to choose who you play against?
I hate that if that's the case.
It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire life, if that's the case. Now, it's probably not the case. I am having hopes that obviously you're able to choose or you can do random if you want.
It doesn't make sense though. I mean, how does that even work?
Exactly. You have to choose. You definitely have to choose. Because the thing is, how are you going to continue it if you don't know who it was that you were playing with?
Who the fuck are you gonna get commit to a 2 hour, 12 week my GM mode?
And what if they fucking fall asleep? Then it's
Yeah,
over.
while you're booking your show. I mean, what are you gonna do?
You must invite them. That has to be how it is. Because otherwise, it doesn't make any sense.
Otherwise, it's a waste of time, and this is a thumbs down game. Um,
Yeah. And online has to work, of course.
yeah, that's also important, I guess.
Imagine disconnects all the time.
It probably will. That's how these games usually are.
Especially with a new mode that now includes online.
Look, I'm considering just holding off buying it, but I kind of want to pre-order it because I kind of just want to play it.
Also, let's talk about 2K Showcase and how they keep bringing it back.
We did.
I know they keep bringing it back though,
Well,
over and over
2K
again.
Showcase,
Every
there's
game.
good ideas there.
Good ideas. It's just things that already happen, and then they animate them
I don't
if
mind
they're
it.
not lazy, and
Listen,
then
I
they put
really
them in the
don't
game.
mind. I really don't mind it.
You don't mind it. I feel like it's just not fun enough to play. That's what I
That's
think.
that's my hot take. I don't mind the 2K Showcase.
Right. I mean,
It's the
it is
one
what it
thing.
is to me.
If there's one thing I'll complete 100% every year, it's the 2K Showcase.
I mean, sure, it's good to complete or whatever, but like you're not going back to it. That's the thing. It's not a
I'm not gonna
repetitive
say
mode. It's like, oh, do I want to play the Bloodline story again, even though I just played it or
no.
experienced it in real life as well?
That's fair. I get that point.
It's like not a replayable mode. That's what you need. You need replayability and freedom, right? So you can get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of some limitations, of course, that don't need to be there. Get rid of this mode and maybe replace it with something like a defeat the streak mode was kind of cool. That
Mm.
would be cool.
I've seen some people throwing around the idea of a beat Roman Reigns mode. I wouldn't have minded that.
I beat Roman Reigns, so they did the tower thing with the Golden AJ Styles,
That was
which was a
stupid.
neat idea, but it was done bad.
You remember that shitty segment where he went to NXT and he lost to that guy in like 2 minutes and he pretended he didn't know how to play the game?
Yeah, I remember that. I don't want to think about that ever again. Golden Boy, you know.
Fair, fair. Hated that. Hated it very
But
much.
yeah, like a defeat the streak mode, like you said, beat Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief.
You wish I remember
And then
who's just
all of the fucking Bloodline members get involved. I'm just fucking throwing ideas out there.
yeah. That would have been fun. They didn't do that this year.
A hooded guy comes out of the crowd and super kicks you.
Yeah, and you have to pretend that you don't know it's Solo
The
Sikoa.
commentators, who is it? Who? And then they reveal who it is.
You have to pretend that you don't already know it's Solo Sikoa or Jey Uso or Jimmy Uso.
Yeah, exactly. Sami Zayn comes out. Is he gonna help you? Is he not gonna help you?
Hmm. The thing I always want them to do, I guess, quickly going back to Universe, or sorry, not Universe Showcase, is I always want them to do that one clip that keeps floating around Twitter of you've seen that one? It's Sami Zayn versus Roman or Kevin versus Roman from the Rumble, and you just Sami Zayn, and you have to pick what you want to do.
Yeah,
That's what I want.
yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting. And I was just thinking about like something with a bunch of different ways that it can go, like a different story in which it can go and branching story, I guess. Like different choices you can take, and then you can play it again and have different choices, and it changes the ending.
What I want is I would love a DLC for this game where it's a what ifs. Like what if um Cody won at WrestleMania 39? What
Exactly.
if it's like take the classic scenarios from the history of WWE, say, okay, well what if this happened? Like what if CM Punk never left in 2014?
Exactly. You know what? There was other games where they used to create stories in those games for the like Sheamus would have a story or like someone like that,
Yeah, the
and they'd be original stories too.
the THQ games.
Yeah.
But
So they used
yeah,
to create the story. That's what I'm saying. Like we need to get back to something where it's creative, I guess, as opposed to taking. You know. and then saying, "Oh, plop it down right there, we'll animate it."
I agree. Sorry to keep backtracking so much. We'll move on to some new stuff now. They are confirming intergender matches. You can do that. That's
Good.
a fun step.
I think I saw Intergender Royal Rumble.
That too, yeah, you can do that. That's in the gameplay trailer.
It's so cool.
The backstage brawls look super fun. You have like grapple moves you can do with the weapons.
Yeah, that's really cool, actually. I mean, that can come into handy with a lot of things.
That looks like a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. Um, they confirmed Ethan Page is in the game to
See, it's
follow.
okay. Hold on. They don't do that in real life, but like they don't do men versus women WWE match. They don't do that.
No, but I
So I'm just saying, you
appreciate.
don't have to stick to the script. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can be more free than that.
No, but I appreciate that they're
That's what I'm
throwing it
saying.
in.
We're taking away limitations. It's great. Good to see.
You can do what you want, and I like it.
That's what I'm
I mean,
saying. Like sometimes, okay, so WWE gets rid of pyro. No more pyro in the game.
I
It's
didn't
like,
like
what?
that.
What are we talking about? You know what I mean?
I always hated that.
Like, let's just fucking go bonkers with it.
I agree. Completely agree. But yeah, they have some. Do you remember the new wrestlers that are in the game?
No, I don't know.
I know Jacob Fatu, the Tongans, they're in there. Um, Ethan Page is in there. Who else? Who
Probably a
else?
lot of people from NXT.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of people. Sean Spears is also in there.
That's wasted. I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Wait, don't you know that's
I'm
not true. You couldn't
kidding.
even
I'm
finish it.
kidding.
You
I'm
couldn't
just,
even finish the sentence. You knew that wasn't
I'm
true.
just joking.
But
Haha.
yeah, there's others. I'm sorry I forget, but they also added uh new characters to GM mode, which is also fun.
What does that mean?
Like you can play as Mr. Fuji as your GM, Armando Estrada. You can even be CM Punk. I don't know why, but you can.
Everyone knows CM Punk loves GMO.
Yeah, definitely.
He plays it
Super,
all the time. Yep.
super big fan.
Yeah. Well, next to ice cream bars is GM mode
Yep, right there.
and
I
AJ
remember
Lee
that.
and GM
I'm
mode.
yeah. I remember when he said, "I just want my goddamn ice cream bar and also GMO."
That's what he's saying. It's quote, quote, end quote. Just
There
like
you go.
that. Yeah.
One thing I'm super interested about is the My Rise this year. I don't know anything
Dual
about it.
women and men.
Well, they confirmed that or at least I read somewhere that it'll. I guess you could pick whoever and you could play through it.
It's a double, right? Isn't it intergender?
Yeah, I think it's intergender. You could do whatever.
Okay. That's
That's
cool.
fun. And I'm very interested because of that one clip where JD McDonough grabs the ropes, gets electrocuted
Ooh.
to death, I assume.
Good for him.
I don't know what that was. It's in the gameplay trailer. I don't know what that's about, but now I'm 10 times more interested in the game and that mode.
Remember when there's a big rib inside of my ride? And
I
he was
can never
dancing
forget
around.
Ribby.
Made
Ribby's
like
that
ribby,
guy.
ribby. Yeah.
Ribby's that dude.
And then they came back in the other games as an actual wrestler.
There you go. Because it was a guy under the costume.
No, it's just a giant rib.
No, but TK22, like there was a guy under the costume.
No, no way. Man, that's just a rib walk.
All right, whatever you say.
Yep.
What
Yeah, I
else
mean,
is
excited for my rise as always. I mean, but I'm not really anticipating like a cinema type of my rise. It's probably gonna be garbage.
I'll give it a chance. We'll see what happens.
WWE my rise is always corny. That's what I see from it. It's always cringe.
Hey, it hasn't been that bad in a long time. It's not been 2K20 bad in a long time.
Yeah, it's true. That was bad. That was horrible. That's what I always think of when I think of my rise. It's insane to say.
Yeah,
But they
it's
always
never,
have shitty lines. It's always like the worst, the most corny stuff, actually.
again, it's never gotten worse than 2K20, and you got to admit it.
Yeah, it hasn't, but I mean, that's not really a big step up.
I didn't say it was, I'm just saying.
All right. But what else is in the game?
I was asking you that. I don't know.
No, no, backstage brawls are cool. They have the WWE archives backstage, which is cool.
That is true. I think they have the NXT parking lot.
NXT parking lot. I didn't see that, but I saw the archives, and you can like hit stuff and then reveal things.
There was some outside area.
It's probably the NXT parking lot.
I mean, they finally did. You could do the meme about being in the NXT parking lot and how dangerous of a place it is.
They just injure somebody there.
There you go.
All right, who do I want to write off my universe mode?
Yeah.
Boom, right there.
Why is it JD McDonough again? I don't know.
Not confirmed to be in the game.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, actually, he is.
No, I'm talking about backstage, bro. The NXT
Oh,
parking lot.
all right. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah,
Anyway, that looks cool. I mean, I like I was watching New Legacy Inc. They said they wish that the backstage was a lot bigger, the area. They can do like
mhm.
different things. I mean, I agree with that. I wish it was like a big connecting thing where you just run through different rooms, enter the parking lot, this and that.
I would have appreciated that. I really would have.
Just like the old stuff. Oh, when you used to throw someone into the garage, there was like a janitor behind there. They give you like a broom or something like that. That was cool.
I just remember SmackDown versus Raw 2007. Like you would throw somebody into a car, and like the boogeyman would be in there for some reason. That was a fun one.
The most random stuff. That's what they have to return you. The random stuff. It's not like bad.
I agree. I would like to see more. I like to see him start to gradually take it less and less serious, and I feel like there's not like a oh we don't care, but in like a oh let's just have fun with this type of way.
Oh, it's a video game.
Yeah,
Let's treat it like that instead.
and I
Kind
I
of
think
like
they,
Fight Forever was treated like a video game, except
yeah.
it didn't hit the
Well,
mark. Didn't
it
hit the
wasn't
mark
good.
exactly. But you saw the vision, right? You saw the
I,
vision that was not completed.
there was a vision. I can't lie to you and say there wasn't.
It was a vision at first, and then the vision fell off.
I don't remember what else is in the game if I'm forgetting something. Let us know in the comments, of course. Um, but overall, I'd say 2K25 right now looks like a good step in the right direction.
Honestly, the Fire Pro GM mode was pretty good.
I really want to play that one day, but I gotta find like you gotta get it, and then we gotta play
I have
online.
Fire Pro, but I don't know about the. I don't have the GM mode.
Oh, that
I don't even know
sucks.
how to play Fire Pro. I'm trying to play it. I'm really bad at it.
No one knows how to play that game.
It's so hard.
But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for 2K25 stuff. We have a few more minutes if you want to talk about anything else.
Yeah, what did you say before?
Yeah, I guess going to other stories from the Rumble. Apparently, Drew McIntyre got very upset about somebody who was getting their moves in, not worried about the match, but trying to get themselves over, quote unquote. And that
This is a legend.
person turned out to be LA Knight, allegedly.
I feel the same way, to be honest.
No, if you watch the clip, it's very much because Drew and Damian rushed the spot.
Yeah, I feel the same way about LA Knight. I don't like him either. True.
You hate him the same way I don't like Jey Uso.
Except my hatred makes a little more sense, to be
No,
honest.
it doesn't actually. It really doesn't.
LA Knight is very annoying, and he's an asshole
No.
for sure.
No, 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 no. If you refuse to admit that Jey Uso is annoying with the yeet chants, I don't want to hear a damn word, okay? We're not doing this today.
I'm not refusing it. I'm saying that's cringe, but I don't really hate him as much as you do.
That doesn't make any sense. I don't get it.
What do you mean? It doesn't make any sense.
I don't understand that you can tolerate Jey Uso, but you can't tolerate him.
LA Knight just gives off not good. So
What do you mean he gives off not
he
good?
gives off. If you look at him and you get that feeling, and you're
What do
like,
you mean?
I don't like.
He has charisma. His in-ring ability is not the best, but he has charisma. He's good on the mic. He's an interesting guy to watch. Like, I mean, come on.
Not really. That last thing was a reach.
Hey, hey,
The last thing was a reach.
goddamn.
You were struggling, man.
I'm not struggling, okay? This is not struggle.
Whatever. You
It's
know
the
that you
opposite.
messed up.
I didn't. I don't.
Yeah.
Nothing happened that's wrong here.
All right. Well, what else happened?
So yeah, personally, my stance on this is that the clip does in fact look like Drew and Damien rushed the spot. I don't know if they've reached a conclusion yet. I think they might have just let it go. So that's good if they did.
We don't.
Um,
We have no idea.
I'm pretty sure I read that it's over now. and everything's
And that
calm.
could also be alleged as well. We don't know anything.
Allegedly, sure, allegedly.
Allegedly.
And I guess there was something else. Fandango was on NXT yesterday. That was cool.
Yippee!
Good to see him.
Not yesterday. It was Tuesday. Yippee!
That's fair.
Yo, I was watching Fandango since he was what was his name back in the day?
Fandango?
No, because that was the second gimmick, or like Curtis, was his name Curtis?
Johnny Curtis?
Johnny Curtis, since he was Johnny Curtis. Okay,
Good old Johnny Curtis.
in NXT, basically this gimmick, basically the same thing. He was a weird guy back then, though. So he might
In
still be
what
a
way?
weird guy. I'm not really sure, to be honest.
In what way, shape, or form?
He's acted weird, like different weird things, like quirks, I suppose, like different quirks.
All right. Well,
I'm not sure if he has those quirks anymore, like if he does that, but yeah.
I don't know. I didn't watch the clip. I just saw that he came back to NXT.
He
I
seemed pretty
guess,
normal to me.
yeah. And he'll wrestle Lexus King for that, the Heritage Cup.
He was not fandangoing though, so
No, he's some other name. I forget what it is.
yeah, me too, to be honest. HTC.
I think that's wrong.
That's for whole. What's his name? It starts with a J, maybe? J
I,
H
let us
C.
know in the comments down below if you know.
Jesus H Christ.
Yes, Jesus H. Christ, that guy.
JHC, you know?
I can't. No wonder he abbreviates it. He knows if he says it out loud, he won't get away with it.
Exactly.
But that's pretty much it for Wrassle Recap, unless you got anything else.
Now that's probably it, but unless you want to talk about Hall of Fame news of Triple H being the Hall of Fame.
Good for him. I think we should reconsider after he let Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk to Undertaker and Shawn Michaels about
Let's talk.
this.
Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, let's talk about it. What was that? Take him out.
I think we have to have a meeting, guys.
Take him out. You know, Tony Khan, never would have done it. Booker of the Year right there.
Put someone else in there.
You know, some would say that the Death Rider storyline, there's nothing wrong with it. Perfectly fine.
That's it. We gotta put John Moxley in there, end his career.
Okay.
Like
Anyway,
that. You're in the Hall of Fame, John. Your career's
you
over.
you can stop with the Death Riders now. It's okay.
You've made it, man.
There's no more of it. That's fine.
You've made it. It's over for you, old man.
By that metric, they should also find a way. I don't even know how they do it. They should just find a way to get the Jacksons in the Hall of Fame and also Jack Barry.
The Jacksons might still have something left in them, okay?
No,
I
no,
can, I
that's
can
not
see
true.
myself posting that meme, you know. I got one more left in me. And they have a good match one day.
Yeah, that's a conversation for another time. But for now, that's pretty much it for Wrassle Recap. Thank you for listening.
And
If you
seeing
made it,
that damn Sabrina Carpenter thing and then the Young Bucks thing happened where oh yeah, she's a fan of
hey,
the Young Bucks. At
that was
that
when they were
time
good.
everyone was a fan of the Young Bucks. And
That's when they were good.
that reminded me of when the Young Bucks were good, exactly. And the Bullet Club was popping off and Cody Rhodes and the fucking Kenny Omega and everyone was good. And
If
everyone
any,
was making articles like Kenny Omega, the best thing in the world.
if anything, this should just make you depressed to think about.
And exactly. Everyone's so like, wow. And I'm like, I'm depressed, okay? I'm just depressed. Because I'm like, when we can never get back to that. Like, other than right now with WWE, how it is, but that's it.
There you go. And just for that sad outro, I want to hear it.
We had to end it. Say it's Wrassle Recap.
I want to hear a sad outro. Go ahead.
Go follow us wherever you possibly can. Every single social media platform, podcasting platform. Leave a 5-star review, I guess. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.